Well, look at that. I wasn't really prepared to make a big old mess all over the place. I should have put a drop cloth back down, but I didn't. And here's what I had to do. See how I notched the sheetrock over here and over there? And then I had to reposition my wires so that the white wire is kind of coming this way, and the black wire, the solid wire, is kind of wrapping around this way, and it will fit in here. Then I can kind of push it up. I was able to get the ground screw pushed way up in there, just barely. Okay, so I got that one out of the way. And then I can kind of zigzag it up there, and it should be able to fit. And then the mounting, see the mounting screws that come down, they fit through there, and then they get attached with these little nuts. Okay, so that's how that works. Okay, so I'll get up there and get her done. Well, I'm having a heck of a time with that one. I should have checked something first. And here's the other one. And here's the bracket. And see, these fit in there and come out the front like that, see? Now, for some reason, that one's not fitting. And I looked at it, and it's the same as this one. And you see there's other holes where you can loosen this up, unscrew that, put it in a different hole, and you can make this wider. Well, they didn't really have to do that because these are supposed to fit. Well, son of a gun, can you believe that me trying to do the same thing with that one up there? Once I get it, one side fits, the other side is short by about 3/16. 3/16, so I can pull this back out, undo this nut, undo this screw, put it in there, and I think it'll fit, but see, that might just barely be too big. And I don't really want to drill the hole any bigger, you know, these mounting screw holes, because then the nut won't fit. See, that goes on like that. Where's my mounting screws? See, here's your mounting trim that gets put on there. That's what's going to be left. I don't want to have to drill that hole out to make it bigger. And I don't know. Like I said, I should have checked that. But hey, my loss is your gain. When you get ready to check something like that, see what's going on, and maybe I can bend this out further, and then hold it up there and see if it'll fit. You know, I measured, and maybe they bent the bracket just a hair short. Why it's not fitting, I will not know, because this is supposed to line up. I tried it, and see how this is going kind of at a slight angle. See how when they bent that out, that can make this dimension from here to here different. So I may have to take that whole bracket out, bend it out, and remeasure it and try it again. So I may have to take that light fixture down or something, or not, hold it out, do something, and tweak this, because I have a feeling if I pull out one side, take it off, and put it in the next hole over, it's going to be too big. I'm going to have to mess with it and figure it out. I looked at that other one. It looks pretty much the same as this. But could I have bent it out a little bit? Maybe. I didn't think I needed to. Well, my loss is your gain. So I'm going to have to work on that until I can make it fit. Okay, I pulled it all down just so you can see. Pulled it all down. And you see, if you pull this out a little bit, can you see how, if I just do that, I made those bigger. If I push this in, like that, I just made them smaller. Okay, and that's what was happening. I just had to do something like that and then measure. And I looked at the outside from point to point, measured with my tape measure, 2 3/4 inches. And so once I put that in there, when I tighten it up, I'm going to have to measure from point to point after I tighten these two up and make sure I'm right at 2 3/4, because before somehow it got sucked in like that, and then it wouldn't fit. Okay, you got to be careful with that. So my loss is your gain. Did I do that for your purpose? I'll let you be the judge of that. All right, I got it up there. Now I have not adjusted it yet. I'm going to show you how to do that. But when I started putting those white caps on, the white caps I couldn't get tight. And it was still loose. And I thought, okay, what gives? I'm going to have to do something different. And on here, see what happens when I don't read the directions? On here, I noticed that initially these nuts were just ever so slightly loose. When I pulled it out of the bag, and I thought, well, that shouldn't be. I'm going to go ahead and tighten those up. So I tightened those up. Can you see? Those have to stay loose so that this can go up a little bit. You see, as I'm tightening this with the nut will only go on these threads so far, and if you got a little bit of a slop between the light fixture and the sheetrock, this screw needs to go up. As you're tightening it goes up, and then you'll be able to tighten that so it's snug with the nut. Okay, I'll have to remember that when I get ready to install this next one. Okay, and I don't know if they've got that shown in the directions or not. And before I do anything, remember before I check that, and let's just see if the light goes on. I have not checked this yet. 3, 2, 1. Look at that. The light does work. And now, I'm going to have to get it angled down to the wall. But I think what I'm going to do, well, I guess I could figure it out now. Because see, remember this other one over here, I haven't installed this one yet, but once I get that light on, I want it to angle down to the picture. So I can measure from the ceiling down or from the floor up, like to the center of that painting. And then I can come over here and I can measure from the floor up to the center, and then I can angle that down. And I don't necessarily have to have it angled exactly as far as the other one or anything like that. I can do that however I want in actuality. But I should be able to just swivel that. And it's designed so that you can turn it whichever way. Let's get it turned on. And it's only on because the junction box in this other light fixture has more wires in it, and there's wire nuts in there, and then you've got just a black, white, and a ground wire sticking out of there. So when I install that, I'm just going to go black, white, ground, just like the other one. But there's wire nuts inside that box. Okay, and that's what's making this light go on. Okay, so now I can take that, and I should be able to just gently, and And I want to see, now see, there's a definite stop on that side. I can see, I can angle it this way, but not the other way, and until I swivel it. Okay, so I'm going to have to swivel it that way, like that, and then I can angle that up to the wall, however I want. Okay, and I'll probably kind of leave it like that. Probably at night would be the best time to do that, and then I can get up there and adjust that however I want. Okay, I tried to be as careful as I could without getting any of my grubby fingers on there, because when you're working with wires and wire nuts and all that kind of stuff, if I were to put my finger up there and go like that, I'd leave a dark mark, because this is just flat paint, and then it would be hard to get it back off. So I don't really want to do that. I just had a little mark there. Okay, so that's going to be good for now, but at night I'll be able to tell. And since I'm going to put a dimmer on there, after I put the dimmer switch on, especially for this light over here, for that, I'm not going to be able to get that dimmer on there very well until after dark. Do you see what I'm saying? Then I'm going to have to climb up there, shimmy the ladder over there, do whatever I have to. And then when I dim it, then I'll be able to tell exactly where to adjust that light. Okay? And so for today, because I don't have a dimmer, I'm just going to eyeball it the best I can. And that's just going to give a little light off to the wall. You can't really see it over there. That's the light that it's going to give off. And if that's too much at night, I'll lift it up a little bit higher. You see what I mean? If I didn't want that one at all, I could have put wire nuts on it, put a blank plate over there, a white blank plate over there, let's say, and just had a light, same one that I'm installing, have just one up here for this painting over here. I could do anything I want. But because those two junction boxes were up there, you know, I got options, right? Right. Okay, so now that I've got that done, before I start this one here, I've got this couch here, and this is a pretty cool couch. This little area here is designed, it flops up. In fact, let me just show you here real quick. Not that you really care, but we decided, because this was a condo, because it's next to the water and stuff, we would put in, this is kind of considered indoor-outdoor furniture, kind of. Well, the pillars are Sunbrella material. And see, before, this area here used to be carpet. We tore that out and put this planking, this vinyl planking. And then we decided to put this here. And so see, just take this out like this. This was pretty cheap. We actually got it at Costco. Lift this up, and it goes down, and it pushes in here, like that. Isn't that cool? So now you can have your couch like that. And this other area is kind of like a chase lounge type thing, and that even opens. This whole base opens up like that, so you got all this storage underneath there. We kind of like that too. And I like pulling that out, watching TV. I don't like just calm sitting on a couch normal. If this was a normal couch like this, I'd be sitting on the ground watching TV is what I generally do. But with this pulling out, now I've got plenty of room to lounge around, lay there, watch TV, do whatever, lounge over there. This thing was really cheap, and we got it at Costco. They don't have them. They don't have them every year or anything like that. So you got to watch for them. I think we found it on I saw it on TV at Moore's Furniture, M-O-R Furniture. I've seen these types of things too. And we got that, of course, Costco. And see, this stuff is just indoor-outdoor furniture. And we thought we'd just leave it in here. Hey, we can do whatever we want to do, right? Because it's a condo. and it's next to the outside, and there's water out there. I didn't want to be traipsing around in here. It's easier to clean this floor and stuff and keep it clean and all that. But like I say, before I do anything, before I start working on this one over here, now that I know I'm going to have to notch and do all that stuff, can you see? I had to notch the back side of that because the transformer sticks out, see? And because those are rectangular boxes up there and not round boxes, that's why I had to do that. Okay, so before I go over there, I'm gonna clean all this stuff up. I don't like leaving big old huge mess. And I got some drop cloths, and I'll set it over here. And luckily for me, I was like, how am I gonna get up there? And I thought, okay, I got the 8-foot ladder instead of the 6-foot ladder, and then I can straddle this, put one leg over there, one over here, and it's going to be slightly awkward, but I'll be able to do it, and I'll be as careful as I can. When you get all done, make sure to clean up. If you don't clean up, you say, okay, I'm done, and you leave a big old mess like this, hey, you are not done. This is part of your project, okay? So remember that. So now all the things that I've learned a couple things myself, how to adjust this, and I had to even widen this out a little bit further, because once I tightened it up to the box, it had a tendency to want to squeeze back together. So I kind of bent this out a little bit further, and then when I screwed it up in there, it came right back into place where it was supposed to be. Okay, now that I know that and know to keep these nuts loose so that this can screw in and out, so that when I tighten these little nuts caps, they're going to be snug, and the fixture is going to be tight to the sheetrock and all that, whether or not the box behind there is flush or what have you. And see, when I look up here at this one, this box is indentated well beyond the sheetrock. See that? I mean, usually plastic boxes are flush with the sheetrock. And so whoever installed those, the flunky installed them 15 years ago. The electrician said, hey, I need you to put these boxes up here for some light fixtures. And the flunky, the apprentice, I call him the flunky, he probably put them flush with the sheetrock or with the wood up there. So when they installed the sheetrock, that's why the sheetrock's sticking down 5/8 of an inch. You see what I'm saying? And normally when you install plastic boxes, rough on wood, you let it hang down, and on the side of the box there's a little groove, little notch there, and you push that up flush with the face of the wall, the stud or the ceiling joist or whatever, and then you've got almost 5/8 of an inch of box hanging down, or a 1/2 inch. They usually do it at 1/2 inch because lots of the boxes are for walls. Generally, most of your walls in houses and condos are 1/2 inch, and a lot of times your ceilings are 5/8. You know, not always, but sometimes. So if you put a plastic box up there, maybe it only sticks down 1/2 inch instead of 5/8. You see what I'm saying? And that's fine too. But either way, I got them, and I'm not going to show you anything on this one. This one's set up pretty much the exact same way as that. We've already seen right there. Let's show you that. See? White wire, the black wire, the curly Q on the ground. That was like that because that had a track light up there from before, the strip of track light, and then the square that went over the junction box, and then the ground wire connected however they had it over a screw, and that's how they did that. Okay, and like I said, I could have installed those back up there, but I decided, hey, I kind of like this. What do you think? You know, overall, as we're walking in from the condo, and we're up here, that's what you're going to see. That's all you're going to see is that. You know, I think that's nice. And see, these lights here hang down. I could direct those however I want. They didn't direct them because I guess they didn't think they had to, because in this little kitchen They had a little eyeball light there, a little eyeball light there, 2 lights here. If you didn't have all that stuff, you could have one of those angling down that way, one this way, or both of those, one that way, one that way. You'd never want them this way because as you're walking in, you don't want those lights to get in your eyes, you know? So you could angle those however you want. But I kind of like that. I think that'll be fine. It's white. The window frames are white. The sliding glass door assembly is white. The electrical outlets are white. The light switches are white. The baseboard is white. The trim down at the floor is white. The countertop's white. This is white. You see a theme here? The doors and door jambs are white. This here, I still got to refinish that. That's white. The stair treads, the side pieces are white. So, you know, that white just blends right on in, okay? That's kind of a good way to do things. Look around and see, before you get your light fixtures and your trim and your handles and all that kind of stuff, see how it's going to blend in. Because see this light fixture here, this is kind of like a nickel finish. Well, the faucet here is nickel finish. This little thing here is nickel finish. That's for your soap dispenser. Your handles here are nickel finish. This is like nickel finish, stainless steel. That all kind of blends in. That's stainless steel, that's stainless steel. And so that's why when we moved in here, Momi wanted all the hinges changed to nickel finish. I took all these down, repainted them. These were all gold, shiny gold, and the handles were shiny gold. So because she likes nickel finish and stuff, we thought, okay, we're going to change everything. So this is nickel finish. The hinges are nickel finish. When I get ready to paint that, see how this is gold here? Well, I got nickel finished ones there, you know, for when I get done with that. The light fixtures, we changed those, nickel finish and stainless steel and chrome finished. We did the same type of thing in the bathroom, so everything kind of has its place. Okay, I wasn't going to show all this, but so see, nickel finish. And that was kind of slick. You just kind of lift that up. And we did that because the other ones in the condo had those. And so we thought, hey, we'll just go ahead and match. So I took the old one off and did that. And here we got stainless steel, stainless steel, stainless steel. I got the light fixtures. Everything's a theme. See, this is like nickel finish here. And chrome finish there, and this, I haven't changed this yet. This is just a chintzy one, but I'll probably get a nickel. I could get a nickel finished one, but I thought, you know what, this one's shiny. That's fine because this is shiny. That's shiny. This is shiny. That's probably okay. This is kind of tinny. It's not as nice as this, but this is nickel finish. And if I wanted to get a new towel ring, I would look at this, take a picture of this with the same design, okay? Take it to the hardware store and then try to get one with that same design here. That way everything matches up. So stuff like that you can do, okay? All right, enough of that. And then the light fix, and then the ceiling fan, we changed that to stainless, you know, a chrome one. This was white from before. She wanted something kind of modern. So we went with the 3-bladed, the ceiling hugger one instead of something hanging down any further. We just thought, okay, we'll go ahead and do that. She wanted it. I would have gotten one a little bit different, but hey, happy wife, happy life, I guess they say, right? So hey, that's what she wanted. That's what we put up. All right, so I'll show you once I get this one installed. And I'll show you that when I get done. and then we'll wrap this video up. Hey, thanks again for joining me.